Wah jigur gue aku ya kena mental ya gue. Tambah flashback menengek ke sekolah gue ya asyik. Racet tak dan enggak jauh. Kowe nyok. Iki saiki. Soalnya gue kan ngerti lah kita mereka ngapa gitu. Gak alasan gak alasan wae gue. Ya kan gak alasan wae gitu. Ya, pokoknya dia nek orang subscribe channelnya udah gelem dibalas. Nah, ngomong ini kayak real life ya. Kok wong goblok banget otong. Enggak, aku tuh ngelihat ininya delaynya berapa lama. Udah nggak ada delay sekarang aku, mantap. Digawe low latency. Nanti pas gue bagian bawah, pas gue streaming digawe low latency. 5 detik sih saya kira, 3 detik. Pang bawah, ultra paling ngisor weh. Kayak kan ada dua, ada tiga malan. Hmm? Kue share screen. Orangnya screenshot weh, lebih gampang screenshot weh lah. Ngelak ya aku. Katanya kue karo aku di streaming gue ya. Buka OBS. Kue kue off streaming saya, stop streaming saya. Kue deh cetang.
Okay, let's go.
Apa ket? Kurang payu ya. Aku ki ngene rencana iki. Aku jual. Aku jual aku. Akanan aku ki nah,
Bomb has been planted.
kayak bed bar. Start streaming tak. Aturannya nggak ada. Aturan mana? Aturan manage stream kan?
Bomb exploded. Mission failed. Okay, let's go.
Udah gerak itu streaming kan. Gol aja. Pokoknya ultra lagi bawah Mister Dewe. Nomor 2 lo yang bawah ultra.
Headshot. Okay, let's go.
Aku kan jatuh. Aku udah percaya gue dah. Aku nak ngomong nak. Makanya aku udah percaya. Ya, ora lah. Yang penting kita rame wae lah. Cari iya. Sewu ki apa? Sak juta.
Mission success.
Aku ki kabeh
All right,
enggak.
let's move out.
Aku lagi ingin ini dong. Karena aku mikir dong tadi. Aku tidak. Pertama aku main ngono. Tapi pas aku dulu nyatane kowe nganggo podo aku jenenge metune podo terus. Aku baru ngerti kuwi. Ya. Nah, kuwi makanya aku mikir, wih. Wah. Ora donate misalnya kowe. Aku ya baru ngerti. Wah, emailku 7, Cuk. Aku main jajal.
Bomb has been planted.
Streamer, bos.
Bomb defused. Mission success. Okay, let's go. Mission success. All right, let's move out.
Apa kuwi? Terusannya apa? Aku penasarannya itu mus yang hilang, manage broadcastmu yang hilang. Aku penasaran itu aku. Ini aku lagi golek-golek. Kok bisa hilang ya? Isi streaming dong. Indonesia. Pengaturan yang YouTube sedianya Reza. Pengaturan dari YouTube Studio. Aku mau di
Okay, let's go. Double kill. Triple kill. Okay, let's go.
mana? Aku lager, Pak. Aku lag, Pak. Oh, orang saat ini ada ya?
Okay, let's go.
Sama kayak siapa kayak pakai haji karpet.
Chain headshot.
Teman gue yang dari tiga-tiganya dua SC darah 100 sama 81 SC kamu
Mission fail. All right, let's move out.
Jatuh loh, Tam. Ya udah, coba dia kemana, jaga mana? BC, AWP.
Mission fail.
Aduh,
Okay, let's go.
gak bisa aja.
Okay, let's go.
Hah? Ya elah, aku teman-temanku nih lagi nggak ada ini. Ya udah tinggal aja.
Blue team, win.
Tahu dia kita tidak bermain sehat. Iki apa jenengnya? DP. Nah, era DP Necropos. Ah, itu mah Eul lah. Ucul ya Eul. Ultine kan yang penting ya. Raki ya Orchid nah pemain HP. Nah, Surtini. Surtini. Ya harus Orchid itu. Ya ora apa-apa, Orchid ora apa-apa ya, kan jadi Bloodstone tah. Nah, ngelak meneh tang.
Okay, let's go.
Astagfirullah, ngari dah.
Triple kill.
pemeriksaan. Tong, tanyain Tong, Otong. ID-nya apa? ID-mu apa? Kirim ke aku. ID-mu apa? WA aku. WA apa kirim Discord? Wih, gila. Aku tuh mati. Anjir. WAB, aduh. Apa sih? Aku wis ngono.
Mission fail. Okay, let's go.
Ben keisi dua kali, salah.
Double kill. Headshot. Mission success. Okay, let's go.
Oke, kalau maju bom kan 2. Oke, proses AB. Oke, proses AB.
Mission success. Okay, let's go.
Oke, proses. Kita pakai SD. Wah, tenang. Manja kita cuek. Selanjutannya apa? Aku mau di manja tapi kamu cuek saja.
Bomb has been planted.
Bete sama kamu, aku sebel sama kamu, aku keki sama kamu, aku bete ditinggalin. Sorry. Aku kok udah nyeting suara Discord ya? Suaranya cilik banget kalian.
Mission success. Okay, let's go. Red team win.
Kau cen apa, Tang? Tenanan loh. Tenanan loh. Backtrap aku. Streamer bisa backtrap ya? Baru tahu aku. Streamer bisa backtrap. Wih, pertama kali aku PB backtrap. Tong gue isi live Discord tong. Tong, tong. Tong, tong. Aku adalah yang orisin lah. Set ini mau Discord tak kelihatan.
All right, let's move out. Headshot. Chain headshot. Headshot. Chain headshot.
Ada stop kosong ada dong.
Headshot. Headshot.
Furious, ada Furious. Maaf bang, maaf ngerepoti. Naik gue lucu. Siapa? Saking akeh kerennya aku lali sumpah. Jangan di tuh. Lah iya aku bilang ngerti. Oh ini jangan di. Oh si krewet gue.
Okay, let's go.
Si bintang dua gue ya.
Headshot. Mission success. All right, let's move out.
Udah di ini.
Mission success. Okay, let's go.
Jadi ini ya. Caster kalian ya.
Mission success.
Nanti PBSL kita
Okay,
di caster
let's go.
Tapi channelmu tapi.
Headshot. Chain headshot. Mission success. All right, let's move out.
Ya channel mula Tom biar berkembang.
Headshot. Chain headshot. Blue team win.
kue engkau lah sensitif konten iki bahasa. Engkau lah. Enggak apa-apa. Engkau. Ayo, utang warna.
Okay, let's go.
Bocil nipu nih, Bang.
Double kill. Triple kill. Chain killer. Mission success. Okay, let's go. Double kill.
Mati, Pak.
Bomb has been planted.
Katanya streamer friendly.
Mission success. Alright, let's move out.
Cari teman, tong aku tuh musuh udah banyak tang, mengganti mix satu sekarang.
Headshot. Mission success. Okay, let's go. Bomb has been planted. Mission success. All right, let's move out.
Nah, terus.
Red team win.
Bocil-bocil, emot pada masanya. Emot pada masanya tuh. Kenapa
Alright,
emot kono ya?
let's move out.
Bocil ya. Orang.
Mission fail. Alright, let's move out.
Aku ngomong terus ya. Aku mikir kayak apa sih? Aku mikir kayak apa sih aku? Dua kali aku terus lamun. Astagfirullah. Sudah aku minum dulu. Terakhir aku.
Bomb has been planted. Okay, let's go. Mission success. Okay, let's go.
Ah, aku juga mau Dota lah aku. Di Alkit kul aja nah. Ah, boleh deh. Sholat itu.
Okay, let's go. Double kill. Headshot.
Bangsat.
Mission fail. All right, let's move out. Headshot. Mission success.
Lah,
Okay, let's go.
Hara tak tenang nih. Ente.
Mission fail. All right, let's move out. Double kill.
Problem gue cuma satu ya.
Mission success.
Ya, aku sih berarti, aku sih.
All right, let's move out.
Kayak coba ini kan apa banget.
Blue team win.
Wih, kesel gua aku dong. Aku cek, orang aku cek. Kit, Dota Kit. Aku CN ngenteni kowe, Tong. Aku CN ngenteni kowe. Lah, kowe wis mlebu burung eh? Aku wis logout kok. Kowe salah ID wo. Makanya ID ini gampang-gampang kayak aku, Fire 671. ID kok ano TT, ano apa. Tuh ikan titik BB kowe iki nyala ketik kowe. Dibales sih karo wong. Kita kok salah ID deh kayak aku mau. Kayak aku bener dah. Wah, ora ngerti sih aku ya. Yoi. Aku ora ngomong. Aku ora ngomong. Kowe ki edan loh.
Impossible.
Radiant team, ban. Dire team, pick. Radiant. Five seconds remaining.
Ember boncos juga.
the Requiem, they've got telekinesis and dispose to get them in on top of the raises, the Requiem, and all the damage the Shadow Fiend brings.
Faceless Void.
Oh my god, we got a Faceless Void in the mix.
Here it is.
Alright, they lost to it enough times, they're mad. They're bringing it out themselves now.
I mean, best carry this patch, it feels like, along with the Troll Warlord.
I've loved
10
seeing Troll.
seconds
But yeah, Faceless Void
remaining.
#1 for me. This carry is insane. Pre Arlington,
5 seconds
China heavily
remaining.
favored Faceless Void. I think they were the only region that was really like picking it a lot and valuing it a lot. Kind of similar with Spectre, but more so on Faceless Void. And then at Arlington, we saw China come in, pick this Faceless Void, made it look really good. A lot more other teams started to then pick it up, and now we're just seeing it snowball into a couple buffs in the new patch, and he's looking really, really powerful.
Especially with the rise of Hand of Midas. Feels really good buying that golden money hand on the Void, and there is the Pudge again. See this Pudge SF duo. So it looks like SF going to be heading to mid. Pudge your carry. Marcy and Rubik, your 2 supports.
remaining.
If you got one nice hero versus the Chronosphere, it's got to be Pudge. It does mean that anytime anyone's, I mean, Marcy too, honestly, if she does go Ether Lens build, gets a Telescope later down the line or what have you, you have the Dispose as well as the Hook to kind of help save people from the Chrono, which is going to be a very nice toolkit as well. Like Pudge with that Shard, he has another option there to eat. Nice ideas. Obviously, a lot of how it plays out is going to matter. How many people get chronoed, whether Nigma Galaxy kind of go in and force spells to be used and then kind of follow up with the Chronosphere. Because a DP, something she's very effective at, is running in and forcing cooldowns, forcing responses, as well as that Faceless Void. When he gets that Shard, we've seen a lot of times him able to just jump in and poke, get a BKB or whatever, and then just jump back out. Very, very strong.
I mean, Nigma right now, quite a bit of damage from that DP into Chrono. Waves from objectives. They're pretty nicely rounded draft here for them. I feel like maybe they're lacking a little bit of damage and looking towards this potential mid lane hero for Sumail. We've seen Lashrak in the past. Might be something along those lines. Lena's still out there, right? Hey, hasn't been banned.
That's true. She is. She might get banned next. Brame have one more ban. I like those long range heroes to kind of help deal with the Shadow Fiend. Something like a sniper, also kind of similar to that, and maybe not into the Pudge. Brame do have a lot of catch. I think that's probably the biggest thing about their draft right now that I think is scary for Nigma, because for them, they're going to be wanting to do a lot of like bodies. You get your DP, have 10 out front with his creeps and stuff. Like until Earthshaker Blink Dagger, they're a bit limited, and if they can get a Midas, really hype.
Yeah,
I guess
lots of ways to enable the SF, right? Dispose, telekinesis, hook.
suppose the main thing I'm worried about is the last time we did see the SF, it was the build was going more for tankiness because he could rely on the Lina to do all that basic damage with the Daedalus MKB. And this game, there isn't really anything that supplements that. So if he needs to build tanky to survive, like Chrono, for example, it could limit their damage output. But at the same time, your ability to burst with this SF ult, with this pudge, hook, and that was, you know what, we won't talk about it.
That's a Fisher and a half from GH. Get the Nether Blast down, trying to give him move speed, but the body blocks from Miracle, allowing Sumail to get a Crypt Swarm in. The Treant's trying to get in front of him, but oh, Nande's alive! Under his tier 1, safe and sound. Treants can't chase him down. That was incredibly close.
A lot expended as well, that Fairy Fire. I mean, SF does not have the best damage at level 1. That Fairy Fire damage is pretty needed. Maybe he'll just buy another one, or... I mean, he doesn't even have the gold for it. Maybe when he gets those bounty gold.
And an early D-ward there for Nigma as well, getting rid of the mid-observer. Looks like they're going to try and collect 3 bounty runes as well. Ruby has moved up top to snag that one. But yeah, Nigma in position to take top river, and bottom jungle bounty runes.
This time there's actual threat.
Yeah, there sure is. There's so much to look out for this mid lane as well. Like, if you think about DP...
This time there's actual threat.
Yeah, there sure is. There's so much to look out for this mid lane as well. Like, if you think about DP...
This time there's actual threat.
Yeah, there sure is. There's so much to look out for this mid lane as well. Like, if you think about DP...
This time there's actual threat.
Yeah, there sure is. There's so much to look out for this mid lane as well. Like, if you think about DP...
This time there's actual threat.
Yeah, there sure is. There's so much to look out for this mid lane as well. Like, if you think about DP...
This time there's actual threat.
Yeah, there sure is. There's so much to look out for this mid lane as well. Like, if you think about DP...
This time there's actual threat.
Yeah, there sure is. There's so much to look out for this mid lane as well. Like, if you think about DP...
This time there's actual threat.
Yeah, there sure is. There's so much to look out for this mid lane as well. Like, if you think about DP...
This time there's actual threat. Can look to kill him. I mean, it's a strong lane. You got the A-bolt damage, you got the hook. You could probably pull Kuroki out of position and kill him. look to kill him. I mean, it's a strong lane.
I'm sorry, but we've got important stuff happening on the minimap. GH has just won 2 games of tic-tac-toe in a row.
Oh my god.
Noughts and crosses. I'm sorry, but we've got... Sumail was trying to combat him, but GH just outline gaming him. Gets all the 3 X's in a row.
Oh my god. I'm not allowed to draw on the map. If I press control, it moves my camera. It
Yeah.
sucks.
It's annoying. I don't know what Sumail was drawing. Like a teddy bear or something. It had a cute little face, nice little smile.
That's upsetting.
It's good to see there. Yeah, they're in the mood. Having a bit of a laugh. I don't know what Sumail was drawing. Like a teddy bear or something. It had a cute little face, nice little smile. That's upsetting.
We'll be waiting a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm looking at this bottom lane, mind control profit with GH Earthshaker. That is a very scary one, especially like you said, Shadow Phoenix spending Fairy Fire. Yeah, I'm looking at this not having that additional bit. He has bought himself a new one. It's on the courier coming. He's got a pretty long walk down to bottom lane, and he's going to be there after the creep waves meet. It looks like.
Just as I envisaged.
GH has gone for kind of hybrid build of not going boots all in. He wants to basically just like block the waves and give mind control a good equilibrium in the lane, and that's like the most important thing, because sometimes you'll see Shakers do a multitude of things. They might go boots level 1, and they focus on dragging the wave as much as they can, and that's all they want. You might see a stats build where they get some sticks and just try and trade, and that could be an option, honestly. Like, Shadow Fiend level 1 is not the biggest threat in the world. To just work together to use free ants to kind of clip the Marcy down, then that could have been an option. But instead, he's going to go for Windlace, which gives him the move speed to kind of, play away from Marcy a little bit, potentially go for that drag if they want, but also getting the sticks so that he can trade a little bit more, and the clarities to help block the waves.
Yeah, and then so go on.
No, please, Gary.
I just like trying to play against what you just said. It's kind of difficult to get pulls off against Earthshaker and Nature's Prophet as well, right? They're very good at contesting with Fisher and Treants to make sure that while they're upsetting your lane equilibrium, you're not able to reset lane equilibrium yourself. They're very good at contesting. Miracle getting a bit of frantic, scribbling on the map. He's gone. Let me get started. I want to hit some creeps.
Feel that, but I guess on the other side, like, yeah, sure, these are all the highlights of like how this offlane can play. But if they don't get what they want and Brame gets levels, it's really scary to play against. So Marty is going to have this rebound, like level 1, especially knowing that GH doesn't have the stats to really trade properly. You can just rebound onto mind control, hit him up. You have the raise level 1 on Shadow Fiend. They're probably just going to try and doesn't have the stats to really trade properly. You can just rebound onto mind control. Yeah. Got a bit disengaged there from the Fisher, of course, but at the same time, like, especially if you somehow end up near the tower, like if Earthshaker steps a little bit out of line, you can just throw him under the tower, get that kill.
Some things.
They definitely looks like they might have to play around some pulls and not just focus on lane domination, because one misstep can cause death against Brame.
Yeah, then you add in the effect of, later on, maybe we see the TP rotate in from a Pudge or a Rubik. Even more displacement abilities can drag these heroes around. I'm definitely excited to see them move in towards these mid lane, get into the side lanes, get that action going.
This is so weird. In game, I can only see drawings on the map. That's why I was so confused what you were talking about. Because now I'm looking at the stream feed and I can see everyone's.
Yeah, I see everyone is scribbling on the map.
So I'm like, tic-tac-toe, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, GH and Sumail were playing it. They had like 3 rounds of it. Some of them were cheating. So both of them were playing X's, so there were no noughts, there were no O's.
Prefer to be naught or cross.
Cross.
It feels more satisfying putting it.
It does. Put it in that box. So, is there a chance for Pudge to be left alone in that top lane against a Void and a Chen? Like, I'm looking at this Rubik and wondering if he can start rotating around early. The lane?
You gotta... Okay, you can do it, but you gotta make sure the lane's in a good spot. Because if you can drag... Well, I don't know if you want to drag a wave so much on Rubik, sorry, but if you can have if the hard camp's unblocked, if you pull it, if you... I don't know, say you use Fade Bolt, right? This is... of laning as a Rubik. It reduces the damage of both enemies and all the creeps, right? which means that your lane will naturally push because you're doing damage to creeps and you're weakening their damage against your own. So it will push under the tower. When you push under a tower, it means that the wave will naturally begin to push back in the opposite direction just because the tower will kill all that wave. The next wave will end up under the tower as well. That gets killed, and then it just pushes to your tower. In a situation like that, suddenly, I'm speaking way too fast for how long we're being paused. I'm gonna milk this point. Sorry.
So in the top lane,
as soon as that tower has killed both waves, now it pushes back. And when the creeps end up in front of Pudge's tower, he's pretty safe. Very happy. The main tool that Nigma have in this top lane is
and he's
really,
slow.
Yeah, he's slow. You can do a creep block, all this stuff. I mean, obviously the nice thing about Pudge here is that he can hook the creeps that Chen take over. So that is obviously a lovely thing there. It means he can't use it aggressively to kill, but it does alleviate some of the pressure. But yeah, if he can get this creep wave in front of his tower, he's peachy keen. Can't run him down, can't block him. You know, Rubik's free to go look for the runes. There's also a chance, obviously, that they say, you know, I'm gonna sack you. I'm just gonna rotate anyway, and he goes fine. And he just tries to farm the hard camp with the hook, or he maybe goes to his triangle and kills the creep in the hard camp there instead. He has options. You have to kind of weigh up. What do you like more, Gary? Do you like the Pudge getting farm, or do you like the runes? And I think in this matchup, it's probably runes.
It's runes, yeah. Get runes for your Pugna. Make sure Wish has a good time in that mid lane. It's like at the end of that draft, you were kind of looking for a playmaker from Brame, and you know they swap things around. They pick that Pugna, they move Pudge into the off lane. Is Pudge enough of a playmaker here? The fact he has Marcy and Rubik as his two supports, they've got displacement for days. Their team fight going to be strong enough facing against Echo, Chrono, Exo.
They're not playing, I think, to team fight straight up into, but they're playing to like use the Pugna and the Pudge to save whoever gets chronoed with like hook or dismember, eat, or decrepify, and
you're like poking, you're baiting, you're resetting.
Yeah. And then they want to steal and kind of re-engage because you're gonna have, hopefully your Rubik's gonna steal a Fisher, or your Rubik's gonna steal Chrono. Yeah, or Exo. Obviously doesn't work on the Faceless Void, but if you can Chrono the rest of his team, you have all this damage from Pugna and Shadow Fiend to kind of unload into it with like a hook follow-up, what have you. So I think Brame's game idea is going to be to just not give too much away to the cooldowns of Nigma and then make their move.
It's always one of those big things. You die to the big wombo combo, respawn, immediately smoke, and go out and play that map as quickly as you can. And you're looking at, what, 160-second cooldown on Chrono at level 1. DP is pretty much the same story, 150. So you've got solid 2 minutes or so, 2.5 minutes.
If you really want to talk about Faceless Void, I'll be honest, whilst he's winning a lot of games, I think it's because a lot of teams don't really know how to end before he comes online. How many times have we saw Aqua when he was playing his Faceless Void, he got destroyed in lane.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people were quite upset with Nigma and saying like, okay, well, they should have banned it. But I think, honestly, like when you're in a position where you're like 10k net worth up and the Faceless Void is you know, piss poor, let's be real, you should win that game. Like Nigma have problems with throwing and not being able to finish out their game. And hopefully, like looking, you know, for Brame here, if they are in that situation, they won't be the ones that throw. I mean, whoever wins, wins, but when you're playing against Faceless Void, you're clearly
cooldown of Nether. All right.
Yeah.
These Marcy's scaling pretty hard. The phase boots, BKB build, get the unleash going. But
Yeah,
when it's in the hands of Spartan, he is not even just a position 6 or position 7 player. You know, he's very selfless. He very often ends up with very little farm. So I'm definitely interested to see how well he does here in getting a bit of gold on this Marcy.
Middle tower is under attack.
for sure. It's definitely done every time I see a Marcy. Hard on his Marcy and get that BKB basher, but I haven't seen it since. No one ever seems to really be like that amount of farm. Oh, that
It's like
sucks.
Lodine tried it in the previous games, right? And he was like brown boots, ogre axe, and then, well, I'm trying to get BKB for a long old time.
Oh.
It looks like Brame having a few issues. Hopefully they can get that or something. Definitely going to get under the skin of Nigma Galaxy here. They are itching to play.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Miracle's even dropping the sleepy keep. Looking for what emote is Scriff gonna? Oh, he's got the Meepo surprise hovered over. There's a sleepy Cotal there. You're gonna put the.
Drop the Scriff. No one will hate you.
He's
Wait,
telling
I
me
can
to
also press
disappear.
something?
Are you gonna type in all chat, Sheep?
talk about anymore. I was simply narrowing on Miracle with the last hit on the range creep. And they're gonna be super GH.
Well, the fairy fires up. They'll turn and try and kill him. The Treants block the path of the SF though. And Spartan, well, he's got a fairy fire himself. He's away. Nothing really lost there. My control. He's diving. He's got Treants trying to scout out this SF. There's no way to cut through the trees. Trying to raise himself out of here, but MC, he'll have it. Retribution for the Nature's Prophet.
There is nothing scarier on this earth than getting ready to take a wave of creeps under your tower and they suddenly get glyphed. You're like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh god, what do I do?
Good pressure. They nearly got that Earthshaker kill, would have been nice and kind of helped stop that from happening. He's had these creeps on the tower like the whole lane, it feels like. He's having a really good time.
Yeah. Yeah, like the first 2 or 3 minutes, it felt... Current moment in time.
They're going in.
Telekinesis back Kuro. They've got this hook still. Doesn't even need it though. 11 just takes him down with a rock wall down at bottom lane. They will find MC again with this Marcy SF combo. Brame getting the upper hand in both of the side lanes.
GH on bot, just on mid.
They get Wish, yeah. So GH comes in, swings forward. Helps Sumail get the kill there. So even if the side lanes are going a little poorly, they've got that Death Prophet in the mid getting the kill on the Pugna.
GH did a good job of body blocking the Pugna, even though the Fisher didn't completely wall him into the river.
Nice poke. Grabs Kuro. He's just come back into this lane. I don't know if they can finish him. Oh yeah, with the telekinesis they can. Drag him away from the tower. Nothing Miracle can do to really combat that. Get some hits in onto 11. He wants the bash, but it's just not coming. One more hit. There it is. 2 points in the bash will find the kill at long last. On mid lane, they diving again. This time looking for Spartan. XO from Sumail, pressuring tower with the early catapult. Nigma. They're done with Brame's laning safe nonsense. These lanes are broken down 6 minutes in. They come for the mid tower push with MC here as well.
My god, I talked about Wish's ability to push towers, but yeah, 5 minutes, take the cart. This is a classic Nature's Prophet maneuver. I didn't even should have thought about it, to be honest.
Yes.
We
Side lanes when top.
They're getting so much farm on all their cores. I mean, it's a slight net worth lead for Nigma, and that is the gap that we obviously see with Kuro and GH getting a lot more farm than their counterparts. So we have the Chen mech starting to work towards that blink down. And the tide of battle.
They got mad timings as well. Like, just in general, even though that chrono didn't work out, they understand their like ability to pressure this Pudge now a little bit better. Next chrono they can maybe use for something else, or just bring more heroes. Understand you need someone else as well. Invis Rubik top. They're just looking at Miracle.
Yeah, just giving him a stare down. So Mask Commander treads into Maelstrom for him, as GH did to go for the Shadow Fiend once more. And GH is trying to find these little pockets of farm, but Brame doing an exceptional job of making sure that he's not getting any closer to that blink.
And
Yeah, what's the reasoning behind Mom over Midas here? I think to play faster with the rest of his team.
maybe his lane just didn't go as he hoped.
Oh, mid lane, the blast on Kuro. Mech buys him a little bit of space, but Spartan able to finish the job off with Wish. GH with a Fisher though, allow MC to TP forward, catch out the Marcy, no rebound available to escape.
Yeah, when it comes to this Mask of Madness, to go back to what you asked, it's definitely something to be able to farm the jungle, because otherwise you just sit in the lane, you're happy, you're getting your Midas, you're just sitting in the lane. But this, it definitely went quite poorly for them. I think they did a good job on Brame of just pressuring, killing Kuroki, making the lane difficult and uncomfortable. God, they're smoking top again. They've...
But don't connect on a meaningful kill. It's a good Fisher block. That should be the end of 11 now. Pudge gets the Dismember out. He's incredibly tanky, like nearly taking GH with him. I need the mech from Kuro to make sure they're all topped up.
I can translate this into a tower.
I can, yeah. But in the meantime, we've got this SF who has a mom himself. Going into that Dragon Lance.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Very fast farmer, this Shadow Fiend. Closing on 7k, just 13 minutes in.
This Pugna definitely hasn't played out the way I thought it would. I thought he would be the one pressuring mid tower and being the one that helps take top, but he's actually played a lot around mid. It's sort of nice in a way, just because it alleviates a little bit of attention away from the Pudge early on, and this SF is recovering. I mean, his lane was fine, to be honest. It's pretty good, actually. But yeah, they've kind of just been skirmishing around mid with supports and stuff. And letting people do their thing.
My thrift rewarded.
But for now, like Nigma, they've put this ward up top at the entrance to the river. So they're just gonna see any hero that decides to go up there to farm. Because sometimes what heroes will do is they TP top or they walk top, and they don't show on the wave there, even though it's kind of pushing in. They'll just farm the hard camp and hide and wait and see if they can get a kill like that. So this ward just means that Nigma are always aware who's top, if they can go for a kill there, if they can go for a smoke. They've got that sentry on that high ground cliff, so they know there's no ward there. There's nothing scouting them. I don't think Brame have really invaded their jungle also. I don't think they think there's any deep wards either. So I think top is pretty secure for Nigma right now.
Yeah. They already brute force mid and bottom lane, so they can breathe all mind control. Caught by the rebound, dispose again. Spartan and Nande pairing up beautifully to find that kill, but the escape might not be as easy. Chrono is here, ready for miracle, but the Requiem is going to fear them away. Spartan with the unleash finds a double kill for Nande. Shadow Fiend picks up the double, and Nigma not wanting to chase any further because the reactions from Brame, they're bringing 2 additional heroes down here. They want to continue fighting. Nigma kind of stuck on an island, but a good time walk from Miracle gets him away. But the pressure on the tower will come regardless.
That SF move was sick. Just hiding behind the trees. That should, you think you're gonna die there. They're kind of trying to pincer you. I think you're coming from below. Faces were coming from above. It's kind of like you're in a lose-lose situation. But yeah, using that vision advantage and hiding yourself with that ult, it turns into a kill, turns into a live. Like that's really nice. And I think now Nigma just trying to aim for some timing where they think they can take a good fight. They need this BKB on the DP. They can look for pickoffs with this Orchid, I think. Mind Control, he's finishing that soon in the next like 100 gold. This as well, like GH is slowly working his way towards that Blink Dagger. He has to see this farm bot to the Faceless Wood, I think, who's also pretty poor.
Yeah, kind of in catch-up mode.
It sucks when all your heroes are kind of clawing for some money. Like Kuroki playing Chen, who's like a naturally greedy support as well. Generally want to steal like enemy farm space with a hero like Chen or Enchantress. At least he has his mech, so he's kind of like core item's done.
Yeah.
And now you just let your other heroes have the space.
I mean, Samel probably also itching to use this Exo to get stuff done, but he's going to have to sit back a little bit, take a back seat in this game for the next few minutes to try and get that farm going. But yeah, that move down bottom also meant that 11 was able to push out a couple of waves top, got into the jungle, farm himself to Aghanim Scepter, which he's basically got done already.
Oh yeah, he just finished it. Coming on courier.
The seeds of fortune.
It's like carry punch timings.
Yeah. I'm just thinking now, like, are they ready to go? We're about to finish a vessel on Pugna. I mean, they're smoking on Nigma now. They do have the chrono. Like, they can definitely take a good fight.
Feels like they need to.
The
And this
Orchid is done on mind control, which is a big point.
Oh, this is one of those things, right? We pointed out in the draft. If they win a fight here, get 2-3 kills, they could think about Roche. They could think about these big objectives on the map. Spartan's going to be the one that breaks the smoke. Good silence from Sumail that catches them both, supports her down. Chrono landing on SF means they'll all vie for control of that high ground as they sprout and catch Nande. Decrep life drain, heal back up. The save from Wish gets him away. He's hasted. Speedy SF gets out of danger. Echo Slam from GH will catch the button though. Find the extra kill. So they do swoop through and find 2. Marcy somehow escaping that with her life, rebounding away from danger as well.
Oh, so she did. I totally thought she died.
I thought she was gone.
I was gonna correct you, like, actually, it was 3 deaths. It's not ideal that you didn't get the SF, but it's definitely a successful smoke. Any kind of move like that, which alleviates a little bit of pressure from your map and gives you that gold from kills, is gonna be alright. But you can definitely make moves now that Chrono's down.
That's the thing, though. Does it alleviate pressure?
No, it doesn't. I lied to you. I lied to
All your
you.
cooldowns, got a couple of kills, and again, you know, we pointed out that during the draft, they just wait to respawn and go out on the map to play the game. Get the Roshan, get the game into the hands of the SF. He's gonna recreate the Roshan as well to make sure no one's jumping in, no stealing at all.
Alright, well,
Radiant structures
pressure
are
for 1 minute while they did the road.
fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You know, just during that one moment, free CS, baby.
Yeah, free farm for Miracle. He's got his Maelstrom now. Trying to work on that BKB.
DB's about to have hers. Miracle's quite far off his. So is Mind Control. Brame, I would say with this Aegis, they can use their Pugna to take top tier 2 if they want.
Fusion.
Looks like they're already angling up there with other heroes a bit, but they're taking it kind of slowly. You don't have Echo Slam. You don't have Exorcism. This would have been a good moment to kind of brute force it, but I think they just still scared. You can always get that like Fisher block off it and get bursted down, right? You gotta play it a little bit safe.
SF doesn't know the meaning of safe, just pushing out waves, getting up in that top lane.
Hey, you got the Aegis, he's feeling it. I think Brame still want to play for their map control, because Nigma, on the other hand, like what are the things that they can do during this Aegis? They want to keep farming. They are aware that the later the game goes, the stronger Miracle is. This is their win condition. The Faceless Void outcarries all. So he's happy to just sit in this triangle and farm as much as he can. Meanwhile, Mind Control with that global presence and the teleport, he's able to just split push and throw out these trees. If they commit all their heroes to top to try and take it to defend it, it looks like, and Mind Control's just going to pressure bot with the tree ants, and you might lose your tier 2 while not even taking theirs. So I think not GH, but Nigma just want to delay.
Yeah, they're all greenlit now. Everyone's got their ultis ready. And prepping with wards kind of shallow in their jungle, trying to see anyone coming. And Miracle just sticking in that triangle, like you said. And MC will TP up top, keep that wave pushed back. It felt like Brame maybe were in a position here where they could start invading a little deeper, hunting for the Faceless Void, but it's been a good move from Nigma to create that barrier in front of him. Make sure there's no real way to get towards him.
Now, all their teamfight spells are up. We've seen how effective teamfight was in their series
Nigma.
versus Goon Squad, yeah.
So Mel, the one leading the charge, smoke breaks, Wish and Desire. Another good 2-hero silence and a Chrono from Miracle. Aiming straight towards Pugna. No one to save him now. 2 heroes dead just like that. DD Rune has spawned bottom lane. And it looks like Brame is still trying to get themselves back into their triangle to get control of the map again. But Chen, he just stands his ground and says, yeah, all right, yeah, come on then.
He's got those creeps.
Come on then, Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna keep hitting me. Oh, sidekick on SF, that's a little spooky. And the hook from 11, lined it up, rails him in. Spartan jumping in. I'll aim for the Chen army instead, remove all of his troops.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So now another window, all the ultis expended. No, they've still got Exo and Echo Slam.
They have 2 ultis, but the Chronosphere is the biggest. As long as you have a BKB up and you're not getting caught by surprise by GH, you're kind of okay. I do think they should still play, you know, little reserve. You don't want to be diving tier 2s because that is how you sort of start to group up by accident and then you get echo slammed. The Nigma have a really good
Spartan.
Oh my.
Spartan. So you can jump the Earthshaker and stop him from jumping you. Great start to the fight. Well up GH. Mind control, trying to give chase. Nande thinking about the Requiem. The Beacony pop up to Male to move towards 11. So this member onto Miracle. Silence comes as well onto this Pudge. Miracle has to time walk away. Can't deal with the Aghanim's rot.
11 is just standing his ground. He's so tanky. It's so hard to kill him. Even using it as exorcism. I didn't think that mid jump would go well. I genuinely thought that they would expend the hand of it. I thought that would be why it's hard for them to ever dive a tier 2 tower, but they didn't feel like using it on DH. I think just because they understand, like, okay, well, he's gonna respawn pretty quickly anyway, and he already got his Fisher off.
This game is slipping pretty quickly. Not much in it net worth wise, but in terms of Core's getting farmed, Shadow Fiend is right up at the top, a good 4,000 ahead of the nearest counterpart in Mind Control. They've got Match Control as well, taking out that mid-tier 2 into the top jungle to grab the outpost. I mean, Nigma, yeah, you've been saying, going into late game, they're going to feel reasonably comfortable with this Faceless Void in their hands, but they need more time to get there. Weather this storm for the next 5-6 minutes.
Well, we're bound to hit the Mind Control BKB timing. Miracle also kind of getting in there, and Aegis has expired. I mean, they've been using their smokes on Nigma primarily around this Chronosphere, and now that it's up again, maybe we see that again. Brame are trying to beat out that timing and you know, start by themselves. They smoke up first. They want to taking the initiative. Because Nigma are trying to be greedy. They are trying to get a lot of net worth. So they're splitting their heroes on the map. Like Void being bought.
Look at Spartan. He's just sprinting towards. Is there a hero here? I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it.
That is what one tends to do with a smoke.
Yeah. Well, he's like 1,000 major ahead of any of his teammates.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got no one to rebound off. Nothing.
Oh, he doesn't even have a blink. It's very, very.
Oh, he's incredibly poor.
Yeah. I mean, you were right, by the way. He is like position 6. I've been watching his net worth on the net worth graph the whole game. Oh my god. He had like brown boots for the longest time.
It's Spartan. I remember the days of him playing like Bane and not having brown boots 15 minutes in. Like that's how selfless this guy has been through his career. But he brings great huddles, great team fight shot calling. And he is definitely the voice and the leader of every team he's been involved in.
Yeah. It's like, oh guys, I noticed there's a sentry in stock. Don't worry, I'll fix that for you. Alright, well, here comes the smoke. They do not have Faceless Void with them. BKB is arriving now. Maybe he'll TP top or just connect to his team. It looks like they're just gonna kind of smoke towards Void instead and play it that way. Play off this haste room.
Thanks. MC set up bottom tier 2 as well. The great strength of this Prophet. Similar as the Dawnbreakers, the Spectres of the game, able to play away from your team and then TP in as they catch the Marcy. Quickly take her down. MC didn't even need to TP, so he can stick it bottom if he wants to.
I think Mind Control's been doing a nice job of using the Treants to scout things as well. He's just been like sending them around the map a little bit. Like even then, I think 11's Pudge was scouted by a Treant. He just like forced a little bit back. Wasn't in position to save the Marcy when they went on it.
Well, it feels like they've broken past that period of spookiness with the Aegis on the SF. 30 seconds to wait until fast spawn, and that's where it's really going to start brewing these team fights. Like if Brame aren't able to get a pick off and go into Roche, I don't know, I struggle to see them like sneaking in or going in there raw. Because Nigma do have that chrono, the blink echo, you know,
It's so scary.
They've got to set up for Roshan rather than just go for it. They're trying to come bottom. Nande is with the Requiem left across. Fear is there onto the Faceless Void, and the heal's on enough. They tried with the Hand of God to keep him alive. Now he's dead for 47. And Roche alive in 40.
I think if they had a smoke right now, they could just run back top. It's where
the important stuff is.
Exactly, yeah. But they won't have that, so they'll just kind of run instead. This gem on Spartan, I really like that pickup when you're ahead or trying to play a lineup like this where you're a bit, you know, afraid of getting to that late game, being able to limit how much vision they have, especially when they're playing so many teamfight heroes that want to initiate, want to have vision to know the targets to get. Like, this gem is very important. I mean, Nigma have amazing wards down right now and have had for quite some time. This one in the triangle has gone undewarded for the entire duration. They have multiple cliff wards. This top is so secure for them. Whereas I don't think there's any vision for Brame. They need to think about how they want to tackle getting into this area as Roche starts to approach.
Yeah, so it's definitely one of the struggles when you're playing this 5-man unit against the Chen, the Prophet, the DP. They're all split pushing, shoving out top, TP bot to get that lane pushed out as well. Yeah, ping-ponging around the map, trying to contend with and deal with all these issues. And that leaves Roshan potential team fights open around the pit.
So they used scan on Brame, so they knew Nigma Galaxy was playing up there. They're gonna play it carefully. I think both teams are now aware that this Roche is the big thing, and I think they're just gonna kind of slowly poke and prod it on Brame. They have the gem; they'll want to like slowly deboard as they go. I think Nande being up like this is a bit scary, because yeah, he got scouted. Miracle's literally staring at him right now.
Yeah, doesn't want to make the jump just yet, though.
He'll just get hooked out. It's really risky to do that with no vision. I mean, they had vision, but it's gone now.
Time to go again? Oh, they're just gonna wait. No, you can't just walk into the pit like this.
No.
The tree and dies. They're going for it. Nigma.
That is damage.
Nigma have a scan, and oh god, you're right. It's psychic SF doing 400 damage a pop. Roshan is nearly dead already. He's trying to go for the Requiem, but he's being bashed up. Fisher from GH. They know they're inside, and they chrono the SF. Miracle with his big KB for the save of the whole. Requiem now from Nando. Spell's about to drop this now, dropping towards him in a snatch for 11. Grabs the Aegis inside the pit. MC with his BKB TP. Oh, inside the Sprout. He's away, safe from sound. GH with another Fisher block as they buy back Marcy. Pudge holds the Aegis. Nigma spend the majority of their team fight ultis for this. But a minor win from Brame?
That was hype. They stole the shot on Nigma.
Ooh.
But the Aegis steal was great. I mean, I thought he was gonna go like 8 different ways. Like, okay, SF's in the pit. He's gonna get the rush. But then the Fisher from the rush Fisher, yeah, he can't get it, and then Miracle's just in there. So sure he had
Watch it
that
back.
Aegis.
Watch it back.
It was like so scary. Like a total flip on the edge. What a great hook save.
Decrep, life drain, hook save. 11 blinks in to grab the Aegis. And a stolen chrono in the end as well from that Rubik.
11, the massive MVP of that fight. Like, not only does he save the SF from the chrono, but then he makes up for like no hero being in the pit anymore to then go and steal the Aegis. Like, what a chat. It's definitely super sad for Nigma though. Like, they get a shard as a a little pay prize, but like you just weren't like kind of set up enough. I mean, they stole it basically from right under your nose. They gave that one moment where they walk back and suddenly they lose it all.
Really a lot on the shoulders of GH with his blink level 2 echo slam. SF doesn't have Aegis, so they make the move on him with a quick lift. The telekinesis stops the combo. No chain stunts for you. 11's in the midst of it all as well. There, it got down. Gone. SF turning to fight. Life steals a bit, but Sumail survives. Pudge now stuck up on his high ground, being drifted away. Was that the seal totem allowing him to bounce over the Fisher? Miracle wants blood now. Desire is in the trees. Fisher is there. So before he can unload a bit of damage onto him, but the hook across into the Unleash Nod. Just a bit of a poke onto Nigma. Make them feel uncomfortable. As Mind Control TP's forward, but won't be able to catch any other retreating members of Brame. They get the tier 3. They lose the SF and the Aegis. But it's such a fearful situation for Nigma to be in right now.
That was definitely a pretty poor high ground siege from Brame. Maybe relying on, or 11th in so tanky a game, maybe they thought he would live for much longer, but he died pretty fast with that Aegis, and SF got put down so low. You're playing into no Exorcism and no Chronosphere. I think they could have taken it maybe a little bit slower just to kind of siege with this Pugna, not overcommit. Now you've lost your Aegis, which feels bad, and you've given Nigma time for their cooldowns to come back up, so I think Like Nigma in a very commanding position right now. You see already in their moves, they're just like taking this triangle area and trying to get as much map as they can in this period of respawn. This is the kind of mistakes that I think are going to give Miracle this way to get the Scotty, get the damage item, whether he wants to go something like an MKB, a Butterfly. We've seen Butterfly be very effective, just more and more attack speed, more and more agi.
Yeah, it feels
really
like
through.
I'm struggling to really describe my emotions on this because, oh god, Nande, he's been dusted, he's been spotted inside his Silver Edge, caught out by Miracle and Sumail. They've got a 100 cross on the Vessel's board. They did see Gibby up before the Dismember, but the Shadow Fiend's down and out, and Miracle is chasing a Pudge with a chrono on him and a find 11. And yeah, Nigma have broken past the fearful phase of this game. They've got towards mid to late game now with this Faceless Void. It was looking like Brame were in such a dominant position with the Roshans they've taken, with a move up to high ground, but maybe handing too much to Nigma now.
Radiant's courier has been.
You can never get carried away. It's the one big problem. You gotta keep it tight, keep it clean. But we've seen how slow some of these games can get with these teams not wanting to give anything away. One small mistake. Obviously now they did use their cooldowns. It becomes another back and forth of, okay, they've used Chrono, guys, we can go fight. SF when he respawns in the recouple is souls and then make a move. This is a Scotty finish now at Miracle. He's looking really good. I think Mind Control as well, finishing that Bloodthorn, it really showed off for them in that last fight. Just how easy it was to kill Pudge in that Chrono with the extra damage and crit.
Yeah.
Tower is under attack.
And this Faceless Void just feels like such a trump card, you know? He's got late game security with scaling, he's got team fight contribution through Chrono. It's always one of those kind of safety nets you have here as Nigma, having overwhelming team fight through him and the Earthshaker. Oh no, Brame, Nande. He goes up high ground, hits into Sumail a couple of times. But look at GH, eyes on him. Wait for that Blink Echo Slam, he's hidden, there's no vision. Oh, but they have spotted him. Hit a bit of ward coverage on the high ground and tried to play towards Miracle's Void. Poke into Dismember, but the BKB comes, the stolen Chrono onto Sumail. Locks him in place, but they found the Rubik kill, snipe him in the back, and Sumail's too tanky to contend with. Spartan tries to unleash. Shadow Fiend thinking about the Requiem. Brame trying to reset around this Marcy with a Requiem Fear, pushing Mind Control back, but GH, with these fissures and the shard, he's just changed something for the days. He's got a force and the blink of the Echo. He's got the two of them locked in place, and Nigma, they've got this game secured now for sure. Rukor's gone, the chase for more. Oh, no, trying to save the Ruby, but it's not going to work. The Storm Echo Slam looks fancy, but doesn't do a damn thing. A triple for Sumail. He's going to be crowned the king of this game now as they break up high ground. Look for these tier 2 towers in the middle lane. Maybe push up top for the tier 3s. They've killed all 5 of Brame.
Radiant's
Yeah, you could definitely take.
under attack.
Got a lot of racks here. There's not very many buybacks. You have 30 seconds till SF's up, but that's without souls. So they can take this top tier, maybe then swing around to the mid tier 2 at the least if they want to play it carefully. But Chrono's back up, Gary. You're respawning into a Chrono sphere. They're starting to play their cooldowns the right way. Hey, we're like, okay, Chrono's down. Now we got you with the Echo Slam. Now Echo Slam's down. We got you with the Chrono.
Multi-cycling to perfection. Sumail with his Exo takes top lane, mid-tier 2's easy, and they just walk up the ramp.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Doesn't feel good to be a Brame fan right now. They still got if there's a Chrono sphere that they still have the punch up to save from it. You have the Pugna saves potentially as well. Maybe another racks tier that they can't stop them.
Radiant's middle barracks have fallen.
Miracle just to shrug it off.
Barracks have fallen.
2 lanes of barracks for Nigma. Really hitting their stride now. Mind Control swiftly down to bottom to push that lane in. And Brame spent so many of their smokes. They've got 1 on the Marcy. It feels like they've got to do something here to get in behind Nigma, find the Earthshaker, stop that surprise initiation. It's allowing Nigma just to come up high ground here. Risky prospect. Requiem left. Dismember in. They found Miracle. They've got the Faceless Void. Beautifully executed by Brame. Hand of God will try and keep Mind Control alive, but that's not working out for them. Nande picks up a double kill as they hold their high ground.
That area control with the SFO is so sick. Just like no one can really get in and save him because everyone's feared. Oh, very nice. And just being able to cover it as well. How many times they've done this game where Desire just gets that lift off, which just makes sure that they cannot react at all to the ult. I know they were doing that earlier. I didn't check if they did. but yeah, super well executed. Good defense. I was getting worried because I was like, yeah, they don't really have that typical team fight spell like a black hole or the Echo Slam Chronosphere, things that kind of ensure that you can fight back like that. But yeah, they that Requiem very well. Gives
So
them
nice.
a bit of breathing room. They still have Chrono when they respawn on Nigma though.
And Brame do recover their gem. It was left on the deck in the Radiant Triangle, so they've managed to find that back. 2.5 minutes for next Roshan as well, so yeah, there's plenty of time for Nigma's cooldowns to come back up. Maybe even get a team fight, use them, reset, and then go Roche with the next round.
Felt like seeing those previous fights, Brame really struggle when their initial jump goes poorly. Because we saw Nande just walk in and start to click away. And you had this like Rubik Chronosphere onto the DP, but I think Void kind of jumped away and he just sort of altered the quick, snappiness of Brame's initiation. And because it elongated how long the fight went off, like the BKB started to run out, everyone was sort of starting to be a little bit out of position for all this team fight, and it just kind of, I don't know, put Brame on edge, and they had to kind of start to run away, and everything sort of fell apart. It feels like they really need this sort of, in a situation like that anyway, it feels like they really need that quick jump and kill. Someone's dismembered and then they're dead, or someone is requiemed and then they're dead. Right? Anything that goes longer, you start to be a threat of all this DP damage, this Chronosphere, this Echo Slam. Even like Mind Control now is just scaling as that third core where he has the Nullifier and the Bloodthorn.
The Doomstick, it's ready.
But a great close game.
Thinking about item progression, I keep looking at Spartan, honestly. Like sheep.
Please don't look at him. He's
fluffy
flawed.
hat, he's got a wing.
You're making fun of him.
Oh, poor little guy.
Alright, here we go. All spells up.
Ready. 11 Pudge blinks away. Caught, but dragged away with telekinesis and dispose. Spartan is open. They'll chase him down instead. And now Brame a little separated. Yeah, now they have to TP away.
Do you think Dande's like terrified as his Marcy's just running directly behind him in his direction? It's like, can you run somewhere else, please? You're leading everyone towards me.
Go south, go south.
Go south. Run, run.
That's a map just crawling with Nigma heroes though. And they go top, they swing there, take control of triangle, they're into mid pushing wave. MC grabbing outpost down bottom.
I think anytime you're Brame, as long as if they're using their smokes and they're not getting a core kill, I think you can be pretty happy with that as well. Well, he is seeing Mind Control.
Kill off the Nature's Prophet. The price Nigma are willing to pay. 2 heroes, 3 heroes showing bottom means Roshan is a freebie for them.
It is. Good heads up though, I think Mind Control has been playing bot the entire game, which is obviously really good because he's constantly applying pressure, he's making that think about that lane, he's making it so that, Brame are committing a Rubik to the bot lane and stuff throughout the mid game instead of being able to run as 5. But yeah, at some point you recognize the pattern. Okay, he's gonna be there, let's go gank him. It was a really nice game.
Going to 11, oh my god, yeah, Miracle. This goes in with Chrono, the axe, the stolen Chrono back. Spartan's already dead, 11 trying with BKB with the life drain healing him. But Wish becomes the focus of Miracle now. There's another fight in the back as well. Focus all over the places. Nande. Oh, can you get away from this? He's spent everything. No Silver Edge, no Icon Pipe, but he has the life drain until the stuns come. GH and Miracle landing the fishes and the bashes right when they needed to.
Oh yeah, they got that Nullifier now on Mind Control that makes the save from Wish so much harder to put out. And they're dealing too much damage for this Pugmy life drain to mitigate as well.
There's no buyback on SF. So that means Exo from Sumail will lead to Mega Creeps. Mind Control TP's back across after buying back himself. Desolator there for MC. He's gonna shred through these buildings. Miracle trying to bring down the Nether Ward, but just poking that Wish a little bit there. Put this game out of contention now. Tagging him forward, incredibly irritating with his shard on top of it, just time walking, rewinding, bashing on his way through. And tier 4's open season for Nigma to break down these buildings, close out game 1, 41 minutes in. 20 more seconds for SF, but in comes Miracle. Bashing, cruising, GH with a picture block, keeping them in their fountain, and Miracle, yeah, just time walks in, clears out the Rubik. GG called, game 1 is done, and Nigma after maybe a shaky start in the first 15 minutes, exceptional play from Brame. Nigma come back with their overwhelming team fight capabilities.
Indeed, yeah, they definitely executed their lineup to what it wanted, right? They tried to play it kind of safe.
Five seconds.
In
Remaining.
control. There was no looking back, but our eyes are now set on game 2. Then we've got our draft underway here. Summit on the Radiant side, Execration on the Dire side. What are we going to see different coming out of Summit in regards to the draft? What do they need to put some priority on compared to the last game?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe taking away Bob's favorite hero in the first phase bans, especially since they've got the first pick, and wouldn't you know it, there goes the bat right. So that's a good way to start things off, not just lose the mid lane to be able to begin with. What else could they look to go for? I mean, it really is on the back of Execration, right? Like, they're going to be the ones that stand out.
from the Razor, buff up with the tag team. So I suppose there is some synergy, but yeah, like you're mentioning, it's really not that hero to keep you alive in the chrono.
I mean, what were the other options? I feel like going down the Oracle or Abaddon or whatever Shadow Demon route is perhaps a little too passive. I wouldn't have hated the Wyvern, not hating a Wyvern pick, what's new? But like, it's still pretty solid. I think it's seriously underpicked days, especially with how valuable. I guess BKBs aren't as valuable as they were, like at the Arlington Major or Stockholm, but they're still at a premium. And I feel like Wyvern's just one of those heroes that provides basically everything except for reliable stunts.
Slip that past our mind. This is a
10 seconds
great quap.
remaining.
yes, a great quad game. Counters the Razor. You would usually pick it as a lane counter because often Razor would be played mid. That's a while ago. That's not the case anymore. But in the game, Queen of Pain deals with Razor incredibly well. You can use the Sonic Wave as a way just to push the Razor away from the static link. You can reposition, break that, and all of a sudden Razor, his team fight, you can't take it now unless you drain a lot of damage. So not only is it a great lane matchup, but it's a great game matchup as well. I love this pick, and again, Bob plays a very good Queen of Pain.
Yeah, even just against the Razor, like breaking the static link, against the Tusk with the Ice Shards, you just, as long as you could blink usage, you're always going to be able to get away. Same sort of thing with a Faceless Void. Even if it's not instant, you've got an Undying as like that pseudo save to be able to back you up here. Really liking this quap pick. Even just, again, another one of these heroes that wants to roll in super aggressively. I like it. It's just a lot of damage that's going to be able to go into the Chronosphere, that's going to be able to set up for the Chronosphere. Lots of
Templar
havoc
Assassin.
in these fights. Bad TA game. You're going to need to get the Aghanim Shard, though, so I want to see Summit Gaming really prioritizing this one. TA, Razor, Marcy, Tusk, they're fantastic at being able to take it.
I think it's an
10
incredible tier
seconds
game. I
remaining.
really think this actually fixes a lot of the issues that, a lot of my concerns I had with Summit's drop, because I was very big fans of Execration's lineup with their
You think
playmaking
this is going to be a mid
capabilities.
TA?
I think it's more than likely side lane. Mid
Into the
TA.
combo.
Radiant team
Like, you just meld the Shadow Strike, and then you're able to get a decent amount of farm.
If you bring a sentry out, then as long as Quat wins the sentry battle, then
Yeah. They're going to be able to choose, though, right? They've got the last pick overall. I'm just, it's a viable option in my eyes. And you want to get a lot of those early levels, get those refraction charges up, just because you're going to have an Earth Spirit that is going to want to rotate onto as soon as he picks up the Urn of Shadows. Don't think you need to go into the Spirit Vessel this game, but the Urn, so much value against the TA. They're going to need a little bit of that extra damage on Execration
10
prior
seconds
to Magnetize
remaining.
being available to them.
So Execration are going to need a hero that
remaining.
has some damage over time and also has some armor that you can play with, because there's a lot of physical damage on Summit. Pretty much it's only physical damage. So is there any that you can think of that fulfills both those roles?
Baron.
Damage over time and armor, did you say?
Yeah.
Thinking like there's no real natural AC builders either. That's super late as
Dire
well.
team pick.
They are kind of physical, so could they Necro? Ghost Shroud seems pretty value to me. Plus the heal from the Undying, plus you're
They-
into 2 strength supports.
10 seconds
Definitely could.
remaining.
I do not hate that Necro call at all. It's a very, very good Necro
5
game.
seconds
I feel like it's pretty nice as
remaining.
well with the Earth Spirit. He can roll in, you can follow up. He can also leave the lane to leave the Necro solo. I like that call.
Kick back
That's
into a Reapers.
got burst as well. Inside Chrono, you're pretty much guaranteeing a kill, or you can go Sonic Wave into Scythe. Wow,
Yeah,
you
I
are a
think
really
it's
good
solid
analyst.
enough.
I hope they pick it now for your sake.
I wasn't feeling super confident about it, but okay. Well, that's a decent amount of armor and damage over time. All right.
Wind Ranger at your
Jeez.
You know, I get a,
Hero.
I get a bit of a.
God, you don't get anything.
Is this a
No,
one
you
win
don't.
ranger? No. I was just checking if it was a 1 win ranger. Unknown likes to pick it, so checking that it was the case. But counters to this. I mean, as long as you get the snowball early on Trezam, I feel like this lane should go just fine for you. Like, all you need to do against Primal Beast is kite out those early cooldowns that he's... So it's actually quite long between the different usages of them. So if you're able to snowball the worst of it, like the trample in particular, then there's not really anything that they're going to be able to have to deal with the refraction. So Unknown's going to be able to farm very effectively. And you've also got some decent turnaround potential. So don't think this is the freest Primal Beast game, even though it does fulfill that criteria that we were talking about.
You mentioned that he kind of course, he's got damage over time, but where is the armor come into play? You said he's got pretty decent armor. Is it just starting? Okay, uproar. How does that work with the armor? I'm not familiar with it.
When you get hit a bunch, then you use it and you get a bunch of armor and attack damage.
Sure, okay. Ability, no mana usage at all for damage and some armor.
Yeah.
Kinda bonkers.
Kind of bonkers. The standard skill build on Primal Beast is like a 1-4-1 build. So Uproar is the third, so just the 1 point into it. With the maximum 5 stacks, all the quote-unquote all the bonus armor that you're going to be getting, even if it's maxed out, is 5. But then once you put more and more points into it, which is around the time where, you know, your TA and all this physical damage is truly coming online, let's say you've got 4 points into it, that's 4 armor per each stack, so 20 armor that you're able to get through the Uproar. It's significant. Thing that they need to break as well, not really. Yeah, the Aghanim Scepter on the Primal Beast does provide a break linked to that Uproar. Make sure we do our points. Highest total magic or pure damage. Co-op? I'm feeling the co-op.
Yeah.
30 seconds to battle.
First tower destruction. Amazing power push. So maybe 8 to 11 minutes?
Same with me.
Racks 30 minutes, and highest net worth probably the Void. Maybe the TA actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hesitant on that one. I'm just not quite sure how the Unknown's going to be able to play. And because I do feel like Execration can infiltrate Unknown's jungle very easily with these heroes they got, so... See how that shapes up. I didn't make my selection, but that is okay. All eyes onto the game. It's an all-important game here for Summit as well. They are 1 game down here in the best of 3. And already off to the start. We got a 2 for 2 in regards to the bounties. Vincenzo is able to get a D-Ward mid though, so a nice little start. Help out Mr. Bob into the matchup versus the Wind Ranger. Something that is a very, very difficult hero to play. Like, you need to snowball on the Wind Ranger.
Oh yeah, he is on my not a fan list for sure. I mean, you just need to play it perfectly. Like, there are very few people that have like basically flawless laning skills and flawless rotations that are like, all right, I'm very comfortable in this guy playing mid-win range. Top of the list has to be Maybe. He is like one of the few people that's just like a robot in the lane and able to take advantage of some of the weaker periods that Wind Ranger has.
Bob, you're so kind. Take your time. Look at that. He's definitely feeling himself. I mean, guy just bodied them in game 1. He's like, yeah, let me soak in it a little bit.
Why not? Let it marinate. You gotta marinate overnight. That's the way that you get the best flavor and tenderness. You a cook?
I was just gonna ask the same thing. Did you know this from personal experience, Mr. Chef Danog?
I know it from plenty of YouTube watching at 3 a.m. in my bed. So I always get bored, and then I look at cooking videos, and then I get really hungry, and then I get sad. So I have sleep for a midnight snack.
Like, what? You have sleep for a midnight snack. Very interesting. Thought you were gonna say like some ice cream or something. What is your purchases been so far? What ice cream is chilling in the freezer?
I actually had an option to get one that was half price, but then I'm trying to be good as well, so I had a look at the nutritional content, and I was like, oh no,
yeah,
I'll be doing that. How long does ice cream last in the freezer? well, because I've had this gelato in there for a really long time from like one of the actual gelato gelaterias, and it's really good. But I'm just worried because it's been in there a while.
Look, if anyone was gonna know, I would say it's gonna be you. I will say
true,
though,
actually.
I have a mean protein ice cream recipe, so you're actually looking for a bit more healthy option than
to hit me up in
Alright.
in the DMs after this one.
I'll slide in. Don't you worry. I'll sort a brother out.
Not gonna happen.
Thinks up to his usual shenanigans here. Not a hero that we're going to see many stacks coming up from the Earth Spirit. Shazam is going to do a good enough job to at least pull the range creep, so Shanks is trying to re-aggro. Can he get it? Nope.
The
he's
creep's
gonna
going to
lose the range.
lose sight. Nope, no. It connects through onto the Wild Wing Ripper there, so losing that. I wonder if Shanks is at least going to be able to get in range.
Unknown's
Look
going
at
to
this.
die.
Yep. That's the trample power.
Oh god, I hate this hero. I haven't played against it. I barely watched enough games of Primal Beast. Every time, Denog, if you hear me like snicker in this game, it's more than likely because of the onslaught. I know he hasn't even used it just yet. I give him pre-warning. Hold that thought, because Shanks will jump the tombstone. CZY is going to move on forward to try and do it. Instead, he's going to go back to try and help out Crush with the movement spot. But now it puts CZY in a position where he could just be chased down with ease. He used his jump in, so there was no escape. Like you said, the slows were stacking up in execration. They had an incredible laning phase off the back of game one, and it looks like that momentum is carrying into the second game.
And it's not like the mid game is going to get any easier either.
Dire team ban.
All of that stuff off. I don't know, it might be a bit tricky when you've got Chen on your lineup. And you want GH on these active playmaking position 4s like Earthshakers.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good to put him on a hero like that. It's not like he's not
10
good at them.
seconds
Obviously,
remaining.
GH's IO is in that similar vein, and he's
5
fantastic in that.
seconds
The biggest issue
remaining.
I see is just it becomes again a game of we have no supports that can do stuff on the map, and when Batrider's just gonna get his boost of travel and try and run the game, if you don't have stuns and stuff like that, it really sucks. And even if you have that support, usually these support heroes like Omni Knight, Abaddon, whoever have you, they come with the cost of being sluggish. They don't have mobility. They,
Radiant team.
they're
ban.
usually quite poor as well because they don't have great ways to farm. So when you have a hero like that, it can put you in a risky position. I'm not saying that they won't pick that 100% because I've definitely seen it many times.
It definitely has downsides. They become these static, like, servants to the cause. Sit behind them with their saves. But yeah, a good bit of respect being put on GH's name there. IO and Earthshaker both removed, like you were talking about.
Yeah, I want to see either something that can play make, something that has some damage. I want to maybe see something that can help deal with the tombstone. I want something that can respond if Batrider dives mid, or at least pick a mid that doesn't care about it. Maybe some puck. We'll see a puck or something.
And then what do we see from Brame? Because they've shown their kind of 5 and their potential 2/3. So we're still looking for some of these hero pairings.
Yeah, what can they? I mean, the ball's kind of in their court depending on what they see next. Because at that point they reveal, or probably reveal.
Oh yes,
That's nice.
GH Earth Spirit.
Exactly what you wanted. That's perfect for me. It's a playmaker. It can respond to mid dives. Literally gives me everything I want. It doesn't deal with the tomb, so that might be something you look for at the
10
end here.
seconds
They kind of need to see what Brame take and then counter that, and then also
5 seconds
think about something that can deal with the tomb.
remaining.
Maybe there's an Ursa Bear in the future. Maybe Troll Warlord could see that. For Brame, right now there's a lot of magic damage. Not very many reliable stuns. You could probably abuse that in some way. I've seen people morphlings. There's silences to play around. That's probably the biggest problem. But yeah, stuff that doesn't really care about stuns. I mean, you could pick a Terrorblade here, for example, would be pretty nice. Some high armor versus the physical damage and the DP ult and the Chen creeps. Something that can go jungle if you get pressured really hard. Pretty nice matchup there against DP2. The only issue is obviously Nigma have the last pick of this phase, and they can abuse you potentially. So say you picked TB plus whatever else support, maybe then you get PL'd, for example.
Yeah, things get rough from there on out. Oh, Tiny,
Dead hero. Whoa.
potentially their position 4 here. So I was starting to think of, do we go for like a Dawnbreaker or something for Brame? Because that's pretty good when Batrider's chasing, your Solar Guardian on top of them. You keep that fight going around a Tombstone.
10 seconds
A
remaining.
decent amount of heals.
Tiny.
5
I
seconds.
don't wish. Oh no, I guess
remaining.
Wish is gonna play the Batrider, right? Oh no, 11 likes Batrider. There's a potential this could be a mid Tiny and a offlane Batrider, or an offlane Batrider with a 4 Tiny. And they haven't even revealed their mid yet.
Smoke and mirrors, keeping everything hidden.
Yeah, this dumb flexible drop. Every drop is so flexible now. It's so hard to know. I don't even know if this is mid or
Well,
offlane. I genuinely have no idea what they're doing.
Flapping wings in unison with a bat, though.
Yeah.
It's a lot of lane pressure, though, having Undying and Viper. Batrider as well. There's a lot that you've got to deal with here as
10
Nigma.
seconds
So you
remaining.
need to just pick a carry now that can lane into either Bat or Viper, which is
5 seconds
a tall ask
remaining.
for order.
We've seen a bit of Slark come back into play. What are your feelings on that hero?
Slark is a little risky only because, like, if you're playing into Viper, it's you kind of get spit on right quite often to the point where the Q is not enough to really purge it all, and you're like losing a lot of health. Like pre-6, you can be bullied pretty hard by Viper. It's definitely an option though if they want to play more for a mid-game timing. I know they've. Okay, Jug is fine. I was gonna say
way
people have
safer.
played. Yeah. That's. I will say it's the same problem where the spin is on such a long cooldown that you can still be bullied. But I think the hope here is that Chen will be enabling him to lane well. Like Brame are gonna have to block those camps.
Dire team down.
And stop him from getting creeps. Because when he gets creeps, I think Tiny and Viper both kind of struggle to deal with them.
And then you've got Healing Ward to fall back on. And the one thing Brame have got to do is keep tabs on their mana pool, right? Bringing mangoes, bringing more mana regen by a Ring of Bassi or something. Because they do spit out a lot of spells very, very quickly.